All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Lake County. I am here recording at the Loop Marketing in Grayslake. Big shout out to my friend Eli who lets us record here. Today I am with Keith Michalek.
Right.
Michalek, yes. And we're talking about Glen Rock Pop today. So cool, man. So nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
So
you had it when you were a kid.
I had it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And before we started recording, the building that we're in right now used to be Parkway Foods in Grayslake. And I'm pretty sure this is where I got all my Glen Rock Pop.
Yeah, probably about 30 feet that way.
Exactly. Things have changed a little bit around here.
Right.
Okay, so fascinating to me, first of all. So let's start back. Like, how does this even happen? Like, what was the inspiration to get this going again?
So it went out of business in the late 80s, early 90s, kind of a gray area, kind of just faded out. Mm-hmm. And it's been out of business since then. But it's, a beloved brand in the area. I mean, I drank it, you drank it as kids. About 50% of this is from Glen Rock. So, yeah. It was something that everybody was missing, and I could see it online. Because being a huge fan of it, I would search every once in a while, like, oh, what's going on with Glen Rock? And, of course, eBay and Etsy are shooting these like things. Hey, you want to buy some bottles, like antique bottles? And I'm like, those look good in my bar downstairs. I'll put them on the back wall in my bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I bought like 2. And then I'm like, well, let me get 6 of them, and I'll put Skittles in them or M&Ms, or just make them look colored that way, or some glass beads. That'll be cool. And I'll light them, and I bought little lights for them. And then there was 20 of them, and then suddenly there was 30 of them, and at this point, I'm buying everything. It was just like an obsession because I was just going to make a whole rack of them. Well, I got to a point where one of the people who was selling them said, all right, man, why don't you just buy everything I have? And this was Jana from Waukegan. She was so nice. And I'm like, well, what do you got? And she's like, oh, I think she had 3 or 4 cases. And they were in the carrying cases. So now I'm the only man on the planet who can go to a party because I'm a brewer and I make wine. And I make pop is real easy. So I'm filling these and capping them. And I'm washing them out, and cleaning them and taking them to my niece's Easter party and birthday parties. And I'm the only man on the planet who can walk into a party with 2 cases of Glen Rock in his hand.
That's
and
awesome.
Blow people's mind with that. They're like, where did you get, is that back? So it was really fun to do that. I was doing it for a while. This was only back in March of this year. So spring of this year. And I'm just still screwing around with these things. Right. So I was having so much fun with it that I did a trademark search on it. I'm like, I wonder who has that. Turns out it was never trademarked.
Glen Rock was never
trademarked. It doesn't have a trademark on the bottle. Well, these are the new bottles, but it doesn't have a trademark on the bottle. And I thought, maybe it's true. And I did the search, no trademark. So there's also no copyrights on any of the logos and any of the imagery that was there. So as fast as I could type, I trademarked it. I copyrighted everything I could. And I also did a search for Glen Rock Beverages Incorporated. They've been out of business for years. So I incorporated it. At this point, I own Glen Rock.
Right.
And because I really don't want to piss people off with this, I made friends with as many of the previous owners as I could.
Okay.
And, they're very nice people in the first place. They really want to see Glen Rock come back because they miss it as well,
Sure.
But they're older guys right now. They don't want to mess with it. So they were happy. And I started working with the last owner, Terry Phillips. And he's just the nicest guy, and he was helping me the best he could. But he couldn't remember which ingredient manufacturer, because I'm trying to get the recipes for it.
Right.
And he couldn't
Do they
remember.
exist?
Not only they exist, but I got them. So the same day Terry found it, I found it. We knew it was going to be in Wisconsin. He could remember that.
Right.
So I'm searching through the data I can find. He's going through his old notes. He calls me up, and I answer the phone, and I'm like, Terry, I found him. And he's like, I found him too. And he's like, who did you find? And I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. So we called him up. They still had the recipes on file. All the formulas, recipes, and everything. So what you drink in Glen Rock is not just Glen Rock. It is the exact same ingredient from the exact same ingredient manufacturer from earlier Glen Rock. So at one point in the 80s, they switched over to corn syrup. It used to be pure cane sugar. Okay. This is pure cane sugar.
Oh, it is.
So this is a 60s and 70s version of Glen Rock. But if you drank it back then, that's exactly what you're drinking now. No change.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a total different taste, right?
With the pure cane sugar?
yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So the difference with pure cane sugar is because it's not a syrupy type thing. It doesn't hang on your tongue. Like when you drink a Coke, that sits in your mouth for too long. Right. So what it ends up being is a lot crisper. So you get this like refreshing crisp taste to it, and it goes away right away. When you take that other sip, you get hit with it again. So it becomes, the perception is that it's a stronger taste, but it's also something that doesn't hang in your mouth and just linger there like a syrup.
Yeah.
It also has a little bit of a caramely vanilla flavor to it because that's what pure cane sugar does. And it's better for you. I'm not going to say that any pop in the world, even diet pop, is health food. It's not.
Right.
But it is better for you than than corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is famously bad for you.
Right.
This is better than that.
Well, because like when I go places like to Mexican restaurants and everything, I always get the old Coke with the cane sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much better.
It is, and it's more expensive. Like this is a more expensive drink, and admittedly, but it's in line with the Coke, the Mexican Coke that you get.
Yep.
You know, I just had Jewel the other day, and it was like $3. And these are running, in that $3 range too in the retails. I don't control the retail prices, so they make whatever price they want with it. But it's in line with the craft industry with something that would be pure cane sugar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to go back. First of all, you grew up. Let's talk about where you grew up,
Yeah.
because then I want to because a lot of this stuff puts together. So you grew up in Grayslake?
In Third Lake, actually.
Third Lake.
At that point, Third Lake was so small that nobody had ever heard of it. So you had to tell people you were from Grayslake because it was kind of next door to
Right.
it. But now it's fairly big. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Where is Second Lake?
Second Lake used to be called Second Lake. It was Druce Lake. And then there's still Fourth Lake out there.
See?
Yep. And then it goes to Miltmore. Those are all connected. And on Third Lake, I used to canoe all through there. Yeah.
Really? How
Yeah,
cool. So you graduated from Grayslake High School then?
Yep. In '85. Yeah.
In 85. We're not supposed to show your age on here.
You can guess my age because you can see me.
Okay, so like growing up, and then so what did you do after high school?
So after high school, short time, my dad moved to Wisconsin and bought a fish hatchery. Okay. And I went up there for a couple of years to help him work that fish hatchery. It turns out he had little interest in doing a fish hatchery. He just wanted to live on a giant fish farm. And
can't blame a guy for that.
He retired and fished in his fish ponds, and he owned a big lake. He had a 75-acre lake and 300 acres. And he's like, I don't care if we do a fish hatchery. I probably should have told you that. And I'm like, all right, Dad, I'm going home. Because there's nothing for me to do here. And so then I came back, and I picked up maybe one or two jobs when I got back. Was my career at that point would have been CAD or drafting. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, 1991, I started my business, Graphic Dimensions, which I still have.
Okay.
At that point, I thought it was mostly going to be an illustration business, but it turns out it is a marketing design company. So anything physical out there that is marketing or sales, we design it. So Abbott Laboratories has 18-wheelers with expanding sides that go around and do diagnostics shows. We design those for them. Most of our work is in trade shows. Right. Quite a bit of museum work. A lot of the work is in like Joliet Historical Museum. That's a lot of our stuff in there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, so aren't you busy enough?
Yeah, I'm busy enough.
And now you do this.
Fortunately, I've got a good team. So with Graphic Dimensions, I've got, there's 7 of us, including me. Most of the people have been with me for many, many years. 2 of the guys are 30 plus years with me. Oh. So they know what they're doing with or without me.
Gotcha.
So I can kind of just kind of stay in the background on that. Mm-hmm. And mostly what I do is I'll work on designs as they start out, get them going and help getting going in a direction, and then they run with them, and then I pitch it. So I'll do 3 pitches a day, sometimes 4 pitches a day. Wow. Just like pitch man, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, and fun, and you can tell by that you still like it, right?
That's my game. Like, put me on a pitch. I can pitch just about anything. It's gotten to the point where, like, people in our industry will study all day for their pitch that they've got at 4:00. You know, they got shut down. They got to do all. It's like I saw the design. I looked at it for about 15 minutes, and then I pitched it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way to do it.
It's nice. Yeah. It keeps it more natural.
So you don't have a background in like distribution or
No.
anything like that?
I knew nothing more about soda than you do in March of this year. Nothing more.
Okay, and we're recording this in October of 2025 to give you
Yeah.
like just a timeline.
So what is that, 7 months or something?
Yeah, in 7 months.
So in 7 months, I learned what I needed to about soda, importing, bringing in ingredients, white label bottlers, because the craft industry is, just so everybody knows, nobody in the craft industry except Sprecher, for the most part, has their own bottling plant. They can't afford it. I mean, it's just outrageously expensive to multi-million-dollar bottling plant. They all go through white label bottlers, and they ship their bottles there. They ship their ingredients there, just like I do, and they ship me pallets of pop.
Okay.
And then I have a big facility on Sunset in Waukegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because was Glen Rock originally, it was Waukegan? Where it was?
Yeah, it was in Waukegan.
Yeah.
And
We had to bring our bottles back too, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the days of like, you had to bring them back in and you got 5 cents a bottle or whatever
that's
it was?
the goal. That's the goal here. So there was 2 goals when I started this: bring back GlenRock in its form of pure cane sugar. Second is I want it to become a returnable bottle very shortly. So it's going to take me at least a year, maybe 2 years to get there. I have to have a custom mold made. Nobody does a returnable bottle now. So you can't even buy one. So I have to have a mold made. Then I have to have minimum order quantities of the stuff. I have to meet those. They're a couple 100,000 bottles at a time. So it's going to be ways out. But when it's done, those bottles, if we can get a returnable bottle going, the price of this can come way down.
Right.
Because that bottle is by far the most expensive piece in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
The caps and the soda that's in there
Yes.
are insignificant compared to that bottle.
I bet.
And I get a lot of people asking me, like, Keith, man, this stuff is going out there. I paid $3 for this. Why can't you do something about that? And I'm like, the only thing that I can do on that, the only thing that is outrageous about it is the bottle. I could go to plastic, and it'd be a disgrace to take GlenRock to a plastic bottle.
It wouldn't be the same.
Who would buy it? I wouldn't buy it.
No.
And I said to one of the people on Facebook, I'm like, GlenRock deserves better, and you deserve better. You need a glass bottle. You're paying a little bit more for it, but you're not, that taste of the plastic, you're storing in plastics, you're throwing the plastics into the landfills. It's just there's so much bad going on with the plastics industry on that. You think you're recycling that plastic, but you're really not. It's not. And this glass bottle will be recycled to somewhere around 90-some%.
I love it.
Yeah, and there's no label on it or anything. So if you do see it in the store, you look at it, you'll see that it's printed right on there. And that can go into a recycling plant. That's their dream bottle. They love those.
I bet.
So for now, they're recyclable. They're highly recyclable. But when they go into a returnable bottle, that's going to allow me to do better for the environment, and it's also going to bring that price down at the same time. And it makes it a unique offering. There is nobody out there doing a returnable bottle.
No.
At least not in this area.
When you say that, I think about telling my kids, like, no, okay, well, don't throw that, save the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, just the concept of doing that is not something that our children
Right.
know about right now, right? And this is like even a novelty item, why it's a great soda and everything.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic. It's everything. Like, I show up with these at my party I'm having on Saturday night. People are like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, where did you get
Where'd
these
you get
from?
that? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
And
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
About the returnables, though.
Yeah.
Certain people, a lot of people actually, have called me and said, I don't have the heart to throw these away. Can I bring them back to you? And I'm like, well, I can't reuse this bottle as a returnable. It's not strong enough.
Okay.
It's not thick enough. The new bottle will be thicker. But what I can do is take them back and I can turn them into a merchandise piece. So I can take those same bottles, I can have them washed and sterilized commercially, fill them up with custom M&Ms and cap them. And then make that a very inexpensive merchandise piece that people could sell around Christmas. Sell them there, they'd be a couple of bucks. Who wouldn't want that in their stocking?
Yeah, right, exactly. And I could see these behind the bar at people's houses, and just and it's a great conversation piece as well.
So even now they are reusable if you want to. It's an option to you, and then you can bring them back to me. Right now, my facility's not open to the public, but you can bring them at any event that we're at.
Okay.
So I have an event truck that goes around. We were supposed to do like 3 events this year, and we did somewhere around 18 or 19 events this year. So it was a lot.
Holy smokes! Because I was going to say, marketing
Yeah.
for this, like it's turned out to be a success because of the name and the history,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you still have to get it out and let everybody know what's happening.
You do. You'd be surprised how many people still don't know that it's out there. But it's only been on shelves for about 6 weeks. So, there's still, especially the generation just slightly older than me, generation, but people who are slightly older than me, that 55 to 70-year-old person who's not Facebook crazy, they're not going to know.
Correct.
Yeah. Because most of our marketing is done through Facebook right now, because that's what I've got time to do. Right. We do have a website at GlenRockPop.com, but Facebook is you get a really good idea of what we're doing from there. Keep our events up there, that kind of stuff.
And what is the name of that Facebook page?
It's just Glen Rock Pop.
Glen Rock Pop.
Yeah.
I'd like make sure everybody can go follow right now and make sure that they can check things out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get all this done. The idea is fantastic. You start doing it. Like, who is your first customer that said, "Oh my God, I have to have that at our restaurant or at our store"?
So before I even hit the shelves, I was pre-selling it.
Okay.
So I would go out to people, and I had some sample bottles made. Part of the process of getting glass bottles made is that they'll send you samples to proof. Okay. And I filled those with pop. It was not Glen Rock Pop at that point, but people weren't drinking it. And they were all labeled not for consumption. Mm-hmm. And I would take that out and pre-sell, like, this is the pop that's coming. What's in here is not that pop, but this is what it's going to look like. This is the packaging. I have full-time graphics people. We did all our own packaging and stuff. So I take it out and pre-sell. The first person I hit with that was Antioch Liquors, because they're in my backyard, and I know those guys, and they're really nice. Yeah. And Adam, who's the owner there, just very excited. He's like, we're definitely going to carry this. And they are selling a ton of it over there.
Really?
Yeah. And they have
cool.
All kinds of cool stuff, too. They've got 6-pack holders that are neoprene coolers, and they've got all the shirts there, so all the merchandise that's there. And then they have a good stock of all the pop that's there, too, as well.
That's cool. It's really funny. I think during the Christmas time of last year, I have all these nostalgic T-shirt things that pop up on Facebook ads and everything, and one of them was a GlenRock shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, wow, wouldn't that be cool to have?
Yeah.
And then before too long, we get hooked up and going, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's here. Okay, so Antioch Liquors.
Yeah.
And that it's an easy product to move, right? Especially in Lake County. If people know about it, I'm sure they want it on their shelves or at their store.
So that's the trick is I've only been turned down once. So I have
Really?
18 people that I've gone on, 18 different companies, retailers that I went on to, and only one person said no thanks. And it really seemed more like it was something to him like they didn't have the room, and there was some declines going on at that point, and he just maybe didn't want to get deep into another product at that point. And he didn't say no; he just said no for now.
Right.
Everybody else was like, "Oh my God, hell yeah!" I went into last night. I made an introduction to Papa's Sweet Treats in Antioch.
Okay.
And it's a candy store with an ice cream parlor.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So I was there. I walked in the door. I'd never met him before. He's like, oh, God, I've heard all about you. He's all excited about it. He drank it when he was a kid. He's super excited about it. And I'm like, the selling process of this, if you're trying to sell Keith Pop, would be a long process.
A long process.
Yeah. GlenRock just opens that door, and he's like, when can I get it? And I'm like, I got some in my truck right now. And it was like, I went from, I don't even know this guy, to loading up his shelves for him before I left. And it was about an hour and a half that I was there. Wow. So it's a really, it's an easy thing to get across to people. Like, if there's anybody in there who knows it, then, and that's an important thing. It doesn't have to be the guy who owns the place. So I went into Captain Porky's.
Yep.
And the lady there was the daughter of Dino. Dino knows it. He was, but he wasn't standing there right then. She's like, it's another pop. We've got a lot of pop. And I'm holding that 4-pack and in my hand, and I'm kind of showing her, and she's like, yeah. And all of a sudden, people started coming up from behind me. What do you got there? Is that GlenRock? And then another one and then people are coming from outside the door, and they're coming in, and they're like, are you a GlenRock guy? And I'm like, well, that sold it for her right there. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, they can't say no after that.
No. So when I went out, the guys are still there on their bikes, and I'm like, well, that couldn't have been better timing, guys. Thanks.
Right. Thank you. I did not pay them to come in and give you an endorsement.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool because I guess everybody like around my age, your age, like if they're around, they know. I'm sure people buy this just to have it at their house, even if they're not going to drink it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is kind of what a wonderful thing that you kind of fall into, right?
Right. And that's one of the things that I ran into is that nostalgia. Somebody said, what are you going to do with these returnable bottles when nobody ever wants to give them back to you? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you, that's a possibility. But if that bottle sits on grandma's counter with daisies in it for the next 15 years, it's doing its job. I paid, call it, say, 30 cents for that bottle or 50 cents for that bottle, whatever it is, sitting on her counter for 15 years did its duty.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always think that the success of a business is if people buy your merchandise of your company or are proud enough to display.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the advertising after advertising, right?
Right.
It's just an easy way to go.
Right.
I think the first picture that I saw on Facebook that was carrying it, that led me to, was at Quonset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what a better trip to Waukegan, right? To have Quonset pizza and the Glen Rock Pop.
Quonset is iconic. And I was just talking to Tyler on my way here. I was talking to him on the phone, and he said there was a line last night of people just coming in for Glen Rock, just like one after another. They always get a line for the pizza, but they had a line for Glen Rock now too.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really happy for you that this is like falling but I'm sure now with being, just starting off as a challenge, but now with having to make mass quantities and put it different places is a whole nother animal.
That's probably not going to be that bad. The biggest thing that concerns me right now is nostalgia is carrying this right now. Mm-hmm. I need to get something beyond nostalgia. So people are going to drink this right now because they haven't had it in 30 years.
Correct.
And that's going to last for a year or 2 years, whatever that happens to be. I need to get past that. And just was at Firehouse 51 in Antioch, and he hit a good point. He's damn sick of Coke and Pepsi.
Yep.
And it's a giant monster of a company. It's a conglomerate, and what they care about, and this is a story that's also on that 4-pack holder that you've got there too, about what's the difference between pop and soda. And Pepsi and Coke are soda, and they're big conglomerates, and their goal in life is to make money for their shareholders.
Yep.
GlenRock's goal in life is to make you smile. And I mean that. I don't give a shit if I make $1 off of this. I can't believe how many people come up to me and are just super excited about this. I know the pop's expensive, but it's not me making that money off of it. It's that bottle is very expensive. Until I get that under control, just bear with me on it. But that's where that's coming from. So back to the Firehouse 51, he's sick of Pepsi and Coke, and I think he'd like to get rid of it. But he said, Keith, you got to have a cola in there. And a light bulb went off. If I could put a cola and a Diet Cola in there and then put it with the other 6 flavors I have, there's no need to have Pepsi and Coke in there. And so I ran across Tyler from Quonset, and he's like, you know what? That's a good point. He's like, I don't necessarily need Orange Crush when I've got GlenRock. So I could actually make a dent locally in that Monster, Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew industry if I can supply a product that replaces all their other drinks in one.
Wow.
Nobody's doing that.
You might have some black undercover vehicles showing up at your house today to take you out. But no, it's very true though, right? It gives everybody wins on that, right? So people come in to drink your soda, and they go into Station 51 to go there.
Yeah.
What interesting.
Yeah.
So cola is in the process then. Cola and Diet Cola.
Cola and Diet Cola are in the process. So I'm hoping I can get them in there next year. To all the people I told that I was going to have strawberry added next year, you might hate me because it might end up being that it's going to be cola.
Right.
And it will. The reason I went into this portion of this to talk about this is because it needs a future past nostalgia. Right now, people can go out and grab these and enjoy them, and they're great pop. They're really good. It's going to fight with Coke and Pepsi forever unless I can find a reason to make it the only thing they even carry.
Right.
And if I could do that, and also make it work in a returnable bottle, that is the most unique pop out there.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. So let's talk about, because I know we were talking about flavors. So let's talk about the four. Is this the four original flavors? How did you decide on
So
these
there's
four?
six flavors. in
Six
bottles.
flavors.
Yeah. So these are the 6 most popular flavors.
Okay.
I couldn't do. There's literally, I think, 18 or 19 flavors. But a lot of those were things like tonic, diatonic, mixer, sour, that kind of stuff. So those aside, there were 12 strong flavors there. And I have all 12 of those minus grapefruit, which I'm catching holy hell about right now.
Really?
Yeah. There's a loud scream for grapefruit out there. The 6 people that love it are very loud about it. They want it back. But so the event trailer has 12 flavors on it, and they're all original. And then I did add a dew. So it's kind of like Mountain Dew because we needed something else with some caffeine in it too. But 6 flavors in the bottles. There's black cherry, cream soda, lime, orange, root beer, and my wife's so much better at this than I am. I'll remember.
Yeah, no. So and what's the most popular flavor?
Cream soda by far.
Yeah.
Well, not by far because black cherry is right behind it.
Yeah.
But cream soda is easily my favorite, and it is mostly the most popular one off the trailer too.
That's cool.
It's a piece of work. There have been people who come up to the trailer and said, I'm not a big cream soda fan. And I'm like, well, here's a cup. It's free. Go try it. And they're like, damn.
Right.
Yeah. I've had one person go, meh. And it was because she didn't like the bubbly. Like the carbonation. I'm like, this is pop. What did you expect?
Right. I was going to say, what was she expecting?
Yeah. She was a young girl and she just wasn't, the carbonation thing was just bugging her. And I think she just drinks juice and stuff. So.
Yeah. And I do like that you're thinking, for business model wise, that, it has to sustain after the nostalgia once it's.
Yeah.
So with that, and we had a little conversation about, when that nostalgia goes away, either has to be, you can't oversaturate the market, right?
Yeah.
But it still has to be like, I would drive to Antioch or to, to whatever to get it.
Yeah.
So plans for like first of all, where can we get it right now? Somebody listens like, holy shit, I need to go get GlenRock right now. Where do they go?
Me and you are sitting here right now. We're like, hey, we got to go to Glen Rock right now.
Yep.
We can walk 100 yards to the east to Nader at
Beer
Nader.
Bazaar.
I did that again.
Yeah,
Nader.
he gets it a lot.
I know.
So Beer Bazaar has it in
Yep,
Grayslake?
Beer Bazaar does.
Okay.
Emmels is asking me to bring it in. I haven't gotten it in there yet.
Really?
They'll also put it in their Mundelein, I hope. And there's 18 different places. They're on the website and they're on Facebook. You can see them up there. I'm trying to get it in every single town in Lake County. The boundaries that I'm trying to stay inside are Wisconsin state line, roughly Route 60, Vernon Hills.
Okay.
That's about as far as people recognize it. It was a small area that he was delivering to. And then as far west as McHenry, so a little bit into McHenry County. That's it. If I cover that area, I'm good. I'll die a happy man.
Right. So somebody listening right now who has a store or liquor store or whatever kind of market that they have, I like that it's in ice cream shops too because of the nostalgia thing.
Well, the root beer fits with ice cream. Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, now I'm going to go home and make myself a float.
Yeah.
So if they want to get that, Keith, how do they get it in their hands? Who do they contact? How do they do it?
They can go up to GlenRockPop.com,
Okay.
and then there's an email address on there. Or if they just want to type it in, it's info@GlenRockPop.com. Send me an email. Tell me who you are. Give me your phone number. I'll call you. Right. And then I'll set you up. And it's not a it's not a lengthy process because this is it's not like Pepsi and Coke. This is just me going, yep, sounds good. I'll be out Wednesday for you. And so it's quick. Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't make people jump through hoops. There's no contracts. Nobody's, you sign up to do Pepsi and Coke, and it's just a big hassle.
Right.
This is easy.
Nice. Yeah. So they can get what they want. And then if they need more, they just
call
get
me
on
again.
a schedule.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. And I love small business like that. And I love because not only the nostalgia and what it stands for, but they're also getting the service of a small town service, right? Of just
somebody
real
who
people.
cares. I mean, you walk out there and you're calling me and you're saying, bring me some pop. It's me who comes out to bring the pop. I drop it off in my truck, dropping it off for you. And if you don't like something about it, you see me next week and you're like, you put that in the wrong spot, or you mixed an orange that should have been a lime, or whatever it is. I could take care of that for you right now. You know, you're not dealing with some big distribution thing. You're dealing with a guy who really cares what you think about it.
Right.
And I've said this before with my other business. I'm not going to put a relationship of somebody who I could be working with for years and years to a hassle of, did you get shorted one?
Because I'm three lemon lime sodas ruins your relationship.
Here you go. I'm just going to cave in on that because I care about that relationship more than I care about a 12-pack of soda.
Wow, the lost art of customer service, right? I mean,
right.
There's a lot to be said about that, too.
Yeah. Well, and they say it's a loss of customer service, but I have to argue that it's a loss of giving a shit. Like, they're just people who are just, they don't care. Like, if they're making minimum wage, they're not paid to care. And I get that. I understand where they're coming from. They're not paying me enough to care about this job. You pay people a reasonable amount and really care about what they're working for, they're going to give a shit about it. You know, That's what it comes down to. And owners always care.
They do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those are the guys making the decision, guys and gals that are making the decision to say, we want this here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a respectful relationship to say everybody, like anything that everybody wins. And there's not a whole lot of products out there like that where you're like, oh my gosh, just to bring it back.
Right.
I think it's awesome. All right, so the challenges of like when you started this, did you say, okay,
grape?
Sorry,
oh, grape. I forgot the last one.
I love it.
It just occurred to me. Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, and the grape in that is fantastic.
Yeah, grape is really good.
For some reason, I have this, like, the more you're saying about this, I have visions of being a little kid and looking at all the flavors.
Oh, yeah.
They had the container and mix and match and find out, like, mom likes this one, dad likes this one, and just putting that cool six-pack together.
Well, that mix and match, if you look at the top of that, it says mix and match. And so when you go into, say, Antioch Liquors, you grab the 4-pack and you put whatever pop you want into it. So kids love that. They're like, I want 2 of those or I want 1 of those or whatever. And so that's fun.
Yeah, you're like a crack dealer. I'm sure that my children are going to be like, oh my gosh, like we got to try this. Or where's the next flavor?
Yeah.
Or what are we going to do? Okay, so when we always have expectations, right? We start a business. We have this vision of what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. What was your vision? Did you have a number in mind of like, in this first year, I want to sell X amount of bottles?
So this is going to be hard to explain, but it would be, it's something different that I do. So I don't set goals. It's an odd thing. So I didn't have anywhere that I wanted to go with GlenRock. I don't know how many I'm going to do, and I don't care how many I'm going to do. So I set the only kind of goal I set. I have top of my business plan is the goal is to have fun. That's it. The success of this company is based on that one rule. If I'm having fun, that's it. And if I'm not having fun, obviously I can't lose money. But if I'm not making any money, I don't care if I'm having fun.
Right.
This is great fun. It's absolutely I just said this the other day. It's the funnest thing you can do with your pants on. They make you wear pants. So,
yeah, I'm sure some places optional that we've talked about before. Yeah. But no, that's great. And you know what? Good things happen with good intentions too, right? Yeah. So if it succeeds, great.
So, but I don't have these goals. What I do is I set a general focus. So I've explained it to people. A lot of people will say, I'm in Chicago and I need to be in LA. And I'm going to go there. And they map out a way. And then they're going to drive to LA. The problem is they're going to miss all the cool shit that was on the way and all the things that could have enriched their life that were slightly off of that path. So if I'm sitting in Chicago, and this is just an analogy, I'm just going to head west. Some might be southwest, might be northwest. I'm going to go where I just think I want to go west. And it allows you to pick up on things that other people have ignored because they're too busy getting to that goal. This is exactly GlenRock too. I didn't have a plan. I'm buying bottles. Right. Then I bought some cases. Then I bought some pop. Yeah.
Wow. No, see, that's awesome. So when I started DJ business right out of college, we knew we could make money.
Yeah.
But it was just about going and making people happy and having fun and doing something you loved. We didn't have a plan to do 500 weddings in a year.
Yeah.
And I think generally businesses that have that kind of mentality actually do a lot better because they care about the process and what it brings to you and joy other than the almighty dollar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the dollar doesn't hurt, but if you do well and you have fun, I think it all follows along.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, so have you listened to any podcasts I've done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last night I listened to the Pizza DeVille.
Oh yeah. Shout out JR. JR, love you, man. He's so cool. And we got to get the soda in there too.
Yeah. But
I'm sure he's all over that.
yeah, he's already called me. Yeah.
All right.
I stopped into his place just the other day. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so right about halfway through, we do, I think we call the Lake County Hot Seat, where I ask you a couple of rapid fire questions and learn just a little bit more about Keith. Watch your hand. Oh, because it keeps I keep hearing through that. All right, first car you ever owned?
71 Buick Skylark with a hole in the floorboard so big that you could throw a 6-pack of beer down under if you had to.
Right. Not that you had a 6-pack of beer
Never
in the
did.
car. Never.
Never did.
It's like the Flintstones car.
right,
You can stop it with
exactly.
your feet. Isn't it funny that, speaking of nostalgia, like that is my favorite question to ask people. People are so passionate about their first cars, which is like they remember every little thing about it. First concert.
So I'm not a huge concert fan, but REO Speedwagon and Survivor. So I know Jim Peterick. He's my cousin's something. So I don't know, third cousin removed or whatever they call that. But I know him, and he gave us tickets. There were also backstage passes. I was young. I was so scared to death that I didn't use the backstage pass because I could have went back there and met the guys from REO and the Survivor guys were back there. And I was like, it was a little patch that you stuck to your leg, and that was your backstage pass.
Really?
And he gave them to us, and he thought and he's right. He was giving us a great thing. And I was like, I don't know. Now I just walk back there like I own the place.
Right. I try to go back without the pass.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell me something, because you've done a lot of different things. Tell me something that you wish that you'd learned sooner in life.
But I guess it's probably something we just touched on. Is that it has less to do with money. It has more to do with what's making you happy.
Right.
It's something that a lot of people don't understand. Is they talk about businesses and how often they go out of business. You can't kill a business that somebody's in love with. You cannot kill it. You can downsize it. You can force it down. But if somebody is in love with that business, they will find, if they're smart enough for it, they'll find a way to make it work. My first business, Graphic Dimensions, has been through the ringer. I mean, we survived. Imagine 9/11. Our industry was unplugged from the wall. There was nothing.
Absolutely.
I kept all my people working. And everything that is tragic economically just wrecked that company. I love that company.
And I'm sure COVID didn't do it very well for trade shows.
COVID was something. And that lasted for a long time, too.
Yes.
COVID was rough on me, but I kept all the people working. Nobody missed a car payment. They didn't miss their house payments. They didn't lose their house. And these are people that have been working with me some of them for 30-some years. And so it was nice to be able to keep everybody going. And it works because I love that company. I'm not going to let it fail. So
Absolutely. I love that. When you first meet someone, how does someone impress you?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because you're meeting a lot of people these days, especially.
I generally, I guess I have to admit this. My favorite people are the people that like me. So it's a weird thing because it's like somebody's just kind of cold to you.
Sure.
But if somebody you meet them for the first time, hey, I'm excited to meet you. I love that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You're probably the first person that I've interviewed ever that actually said the truth of what that is.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
If they're cold and shut down,
Right.
I don't know, there's no interest there.
Right.
If they're fun and excited, then that's different.
Yeah. I always say that the art of communication is about caring about other people and asking them questions about them, not talking about yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just to be interested in what they do.
Yeah.
Tell me something on your bucket list. Something you really want to do.
Well, we're talking about
This is the bucket list right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't think of anything.
You're living the
else.
dream right now.
I was just about to say I lack for just about nothing. By the way, I've been poor, and I was no more happy than I am now. And I'm not rich. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have money issues anymore.
Right.
When I was 21, I was pretty much living in my truck and staying at people's houses. By the time I was 22, we were still poor, but I had met my wife, and I was just as happy then as I am now. There's no difference.
That's great.
Except for my car starts every day now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a roller dog from a gas station? These are the important ones. Just
No, I'm just trying to think if I ever had. They do scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because they've been up there for so long. I don't think I really have, because I always find something better than a roller dog. But, it's now maybe I'll catch one on my way home.
Yeah, see, now you have to get the Thorntons always have good ones too.
But-
yeah, you make a sales call along the way and get a roller dog.
Yeah. My wife says she's going to get me a shirt that it just says, "Caution, eats questionable things," because I usually don't care what I eat.
Right.
And so I'll grab something out of the refrigerator. She's like, "That's long been bad," and I'm like, "Same's fine."
Right.
So why I haven't eaten a roller dog now doesn't make sense with that.
Right. Well, I know now you're prejudiced against roller dogs. I think you have to get that out. Tell me somewhere that you would like to travel that you have not been.
Well, I'll start by saying I hate to travel.
Really?
Yeah, cannot stand traveling.
Really?
Just got back from a Mediterranean cruise. My wife's and daughter. They used some techniques, including gaslighting and that kind of stuff, to get me to go on this trip. But it's hard on me because everything that I just explained, everything that I have at my disposal at home is what I want. If I go to Italy, they don't have those things. I'm more comfortable here.
Interesting.
And I'm not excited about the other cultures. I do like some history, but most of that history I can just catch online. So I can't think of any place I really wanted to go. Possibly another fishing trip to either the Arctic or Canada. I have done some fly-out fishing trips to but that was a young man's game. I'm not sure I like that anymore. It was like we did 80 miles down a river in the Arctic that was on inflatable boats, Zodiacs.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, except for there's grizzly bears out there. You got to take a gun with you. It's like, that's a young man's game. Now I'm just like, I'm too old for that.
Right. Yeah. What an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's a little bit more in depth. Tell me about an experience that you've had in your life that you thought was bad, but then turned out to work in your favor.
Oh, that's gonna be a harder one to find.
It's like my whole life.
Testing my memory. Well, my youngest daughter was a surprise, and at that point, I was very young, and I thought, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" And I didn't think it was going to be bad. I just didn't know what the hell I was going to do.
Right.
And turned out to be the light of my life. So, and I have 3 kids, and they're all the light of my life. But when she arrived, it took me by surprise as a 22-year-old, 21-year-old.
Yeah.
It just like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you hear you're going to be a father. Now you have to keep another human alive.
That's right.
It's kind of a big deal. Yeah. We'll end with these two because these two are the most important. Tell me about the second time you got arrested.
I've never been arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
You paused a little bit, though, Keith.
I was thinking I've been pulled over is the best I can say.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I was like...
We did get the cops to pull their guns on us on Center Street in Grayslake.
What?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
You'll remember this, too, because Grayslake used to have a day where they allowed us to toilet paper the school.
Yes.
You remember that?
Absolutely.
I don't know why they allowed us
Yeah,
to
it was
do
around
that.
homecoming or something like that, yeah.
So they'd let us do it. And then we just always got rowdy after that.
Right.
And the cops were sick of it. And we were walking down the middle of Center Street, and it was late. We were supposed to be cleared out by then. And the cops were yelling at us. And we were ignoring them. We didn't think anything of it. We're like,
You're high school kids.
17 years old.
Right.
They actually pulled their guns on us and pointed them at us.
Wow.
And we didn't get arrested. But the guy who was with me was not like, I was like, okay, this went too far. Right. The guy who was with me is like, what are you going to do? Shoot a 17-year-old, an unarmed 17-year-old in the street? What do you think you're going to do with this? Like, you didn't think this through, copper.
Right. From a toilet paper industry, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What a different world we live in now.
Yeah.
What's the last one I want to end on? Okay, so how many days in a row can you wear the same pair of jeans without washing them?
Oof. I'm not sure I want to admit it. I'd say
No one's judging. No one listens to this anyway.
I know. I think it's got to be close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Laundry's.
Well, I don't wear them every day anyway, so I can stretch them out. So
Sure.
yeah.
Well, I wash them when they fall off and I need a belt.
Yeah.
'Cause then they tighten up a little bit. Then you can get another couple of weeks out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of fun. All right. So thank you for participating in that.
Yeah.
Plans that you have. I know you said you don't make like things. So anything on the horizon that you really want to do? I know colas, right?
Yep.
And
Cola, Diet Cola.
Cola and Diet Cola.
Yep.
Any plans to have this in like any big box store? Is this going to be at like Jewel or Woodman's or anything like that?
So I try not to do that. Okay. Although if I set up distribution with somebody like Kloss Distribution,
sure,
they're going to want me to go in there, and I've talked to them about it, and they'd like to see me in Woodman's and Jewel and that kind of stuff. And it's not really where I want to see that. I sit that right next to a Sprecher, and people are going to go, well, Sprecher's cheaper, and GlenRock's more expensive, and it's not what it's about. Yeah, you're paying an extra, quarter, 50 cents,
right.
But yes, it's our local drink. This is Lake County. This is our drink.
Right.
This is our pop.
I love that.
And so I'd rather not see it there. I have gone so far as to tell people at the event trailer that if you ever see it in Woodman's or Jewel or Walmart, you can say to yourself, "Oh, Keith must have sold the company because he said no way in hell he's putting it in there."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
good.
I'd really like to see people at every iconic location of a restaurant bar be able to sit down for their fish fry and say, "I'll take a Glen Rock, a grape, or whatever it happens to be." And if there was one thing that I think would help do that is to solidify this where it could replace their pop menu with something local. In other words, they don't have to do Pepsi and Coke now.
Right.
If there's a goal for me, that would probably be one of them.
Yeah, and that's great about this that the because it markets itself, right?
Yeah.
The first cool thing is, but I will sit down and have one of these. But my 9-year-old, we're like, what flavor should I got? I got to try that.
Yeah.
Because it's new to him, but he wouldn't even know. But it's so different than a lot of places.
Yeah.
That it just to have something else.
From a kid's standpoint, they'd probably be better off with the old 7-ounce bottle. But that bottle was so expensive that it was almost exactly the same price as that 11-ounce.
Really?
And so it just didn't make sense to do something that was going to cost you the same.
Right.
But the kids in the 7-ounce, that was a thing back then. Like you could have one, and they'd probably let you have another one because there's only 7 ounces.
Right.
And so these are 330 milliliters, so 11-ounce.
Awesome.
They're slightly bigger.
Awesome. What is what's been the biggest challenge for this? I know you say you're having fun with it, whatever, but
well, just keeping from getting so excited about it that I do stupid shit. Like
me and you could be best friends.
Yeah.
Although we'd probably get in a lot of trouble.
There was no real challenge to this. Sometimes I sit there at night. Actually, I do have a sleep issue with it because I get too excited about it at 3 a.m. I'm out of bed and working on it.
Me too. Yeah.
But there have been no real big hiccups on it. I haven't screwed up an order or had something that like my bottles don't work or I had to pour them out or something. I think we've done pretty well to avoid any real problems. Even the financial part of it was easier than I thought because you've got a lot of things you got to buy up front. Sure. So there's some initial investment. That custom trailer, that was a trick to design that trailer, but that's what we do. I don't think the average person would have enjoyed that process, but because we've done things my company's done things with Graphic Dimensions that are very much like that.
Yeah.
It was right in our wheelhouse. Gotcha. And the graphics for this, getting all the legals and stuff like that would have been hard for people, but we had the right contacts of like lawyers who had expertise in packaging, specifically for the beverage industry. You go try to find that you can't Google search that. It doesn't even exist.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's connections that you've had.
Yeah, it's connections of connections that I made.
Right.
Yeah.
It shows you, too, that I think a lot of people take for granted, like those people that you meet, right?
Yeah.
And another reason, and not for financial gain, but to be kind to everybody and be nice and be excited and like have a good conversation with somebody,
right.
That those things trickle down and they work for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
So with the trailer, like, give me a couple events that you guys have been at or coming to, or is it?
Yeah.
It's fall now, so.
So it's starting to get to the end of the season. So I think we're going to do Lake County Fair again next year.
Great.
We did it last year.
I bet that was gangbusters there.
It was fun. It was good. Success-wise, again, my success meter is that how much fun did I have? How much did I like it? It was awesome. But I passed out. It was very, very hard work. So I literally was there. Some of my equipment was malfunctioning. So I was there about 5 a.m. It was like Scooby-Doo Ghost Town. Like nobody else was there. And I was pushing some hoses underneath the trailer. And all of a sudden I'm like, well, that feels weird. And I had the forethought to grab a hold of this railing that's on my trailer. And I went down, but my hand locked. Really? And so I didn't bash my head in on the ground or anything.
Thank God.
But I woke up like laying on the ground with my hand clamped to this thing, looking up at the bleachers going, where in God's name am I and why do they have bleachers here?
Wow.
But it was very tough because it was.
You were all by yourself then?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's scary.
That could have been bad, yeah.
That could have been really bad.
They would have found me about 11 o'clock that morning and they're like, oh, dead soda guy.
Wow, though, that's scary.
Yeah.
Wow, but
It was tough.
Yeah.
The heat was hard. I wasn't eating right. And so there was some, like, I'm a diabetic too, so that didn't help. And my glucose must have been just really low, and I just went out. And
wow.
There was nobody there to help me. But very successful, very fun, had great times. I had people coming up to my trailer at the fair who were crying because they were so excited to see Glen Rock.
How
They
cool
come up,
is that?
they're crying, they grab me, they give me a big hug. You're like, you've made my childhood come back. And I'm like, yep, that was worth doing the fair right there. Wow. Passing out on everything was still worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool is
Yeah.
that? So Lake County Fair,
Yeah.
are there just festival things? Is that where you're headed
Yeah,
to?
so like I said, most of this year is done. Our next event will be Antioch Liquors does their wine tasting.
Okay.
So that'll be Saturday, this coming Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Wakanda has a trick or treat. We'll be there for that. And Antioch has a fall festival, I think they call it, and I'll be there. And then there might be some minor things that we'd add in there too, but we're really running towards the edge of what we can do with the trailer because you have to winterize it. It'll freeze up on you.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, be careful with that.
Yep.
Dude, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
It's so great. And it's so nice to see somebody this passionate about what you're doing and doing it because you love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
That's the only reason to do it. Anybody who went to do this because they thought they were going to make money was going to get a big surprise in the end. They're going to start running numbers on this, and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, only an idiot would do this."
Well, you're in good company here.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention to Lake County before we finish up?
No, just maybe the last thing is, we started out with one of our tagline is "Get ready to smile," which reads exactly like people approaching that trailer. As there starts to be people coming in at, say, the Gurney Farmers Market, you can see the smile on their face after they get out of the car and they spot your logo. And they start smiling ear to ear, walking all the way up, So if they're walking up to get corn, they don't have that smile on their face. So I can pick out every one of them. I know every one of them is coming to my trailer. So Get Ready to Smile is on there. Our new tagline probably for next year will be, this is our pop. Because this is right here in this location. St. Louis, that's not your pop. You're not getting it. It is our pop. And we're going to take care of our pop. And our pop is going to take care of us. It's going to be better for you. It's going to be better for the planet. This is ours. And I really don't want it to spread to, California. There's no use for it out there.
Yeah.
They can drink Orange Crush.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And keeping things local.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, Keith, I really appreciate you taking your time to come in and meet with me. And I'm going to chug these right after we're off the air.
Don't
see where my blood sugar goes. But I really do appreciate you. And I wish you the best of luck. And I can't wait to see it everywhere. And if I could be of any help to you at any time, please let me know.
Appreciate it. And I appreciate you having me out here, too.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. It is absolutely my pleasure.
Good.
Hey, Lake County, wherever you guys are listening, first of all, thank you for listening. Whether you're listening on Spotify, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on YouTube, wherever the heck you're at, hit that subscribe button because that way every week you get to meet a new extraordinary person from Lake County. So I appreciate that. And as I always end, folks, We're talking about being happy and everything like that. People have bad days. We never know what people are going through. So I'm going to give you a challenge today to go out, do 1, 2 different random acts of kindness, whether it's holding the door for somebody or smiling at some stranger or being nice to the cashier at the dollar store. Like, do something good, especially in the world we live in right now. Kindness spreads like wildfire, so we need more of that. So that's my challenge to everybody. I'm Keith. Once again, thank you. Lake County, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.
Thanks.